Good morning, Poet fans. Welcome to WCPoets.com and another edition of our Alumni Feature Friday here, brought to you by the Whittier College Sports Network. I'm Lance Franney, Associate Athletic Director for Communications, and today I'm joined by men's water polo alum from Rome, Italy, Massimiliano Mirarchi. Massi, thanks for hopping on with me today.
Thanks for having me. It's nice to catch up, Lance.
Yeah, absolutely. It's nice to see you. It's been a while. I feel like it's been ages since I've seen you, but it's great to catch up now. But how has quarantine been for you, and what have you been up to?
Well, first of all, it's nice to see you again. I'm excited to do this. Quarantine was tough the first few months, obviously. Losing all the nice things in life, like social aspects, going to bars, restaurants, interact with your friends, and especially for me, being away from home. As you said, I'm originally from Rome, but I'm living in New York City, so I was not able to see my family for a long time. I'm still not able to see them. But again, when things open back up, things go back to normal, and things got better, right? We got used to working from home and interact through Zoom calls or social media. But yeah, again, quarantine wasn't easy at first.
Now, Italy was the epicenter of COVID-19 at the start of things. It was tough over there. How is your family doing?
Oh, well, thank you for asking. They've been riding through these different waves, second, third waves of COVID. So far, so good. It was really tough, as you said, in March when they couldn't even leave their apartment or their houses. But now everyone's doing well, and they're just, hoping and praying that things go back to normal soon.
Okay, that's great to hear. Now, are you in touch with former teammates?
I am, yeah. Obviously, we stay in touch through social media here and there, a few messages, but with a few of them, people that I actually live with, my old roommates, we still doing the fantasy NBA thing together. So that's a way to stay in touch, absolutely.
Okay, great. Now, you graduated back in 2017. You only played 3 years with us, before graduating early, graduated with a business degree, wanted to achieve your MBA, but take me through what you've been doing since graduation.
Yeah, no, absolutely. As you said, I graduated early and I knew I wanted to further my education. So I attended Fordham University to get my master in global finance, and I used my last year eligibility to play water polo there for a year. I had a great experience. Fell in love with New York City, moved out there without ever being in the city. Obviously, I was familiar through pop culture, friends, and movies and stuff like that. But fell in love with the city, loved being in the city, so I decided to stay out here. Tried to get a job. I got my first few internships, and now I landed my job in financial planning. And I've been doing that for the past couple of years.
Okay, now are you still playing water polo, coaching? Are you missing it? What's been going on with that?
Yeah, no, absolutely. I try to stay involved. I'm part of NIAC, the New York Athletic Club. So it's a great way to for people that are professionals, right? They're ex-athletes and they wanna keep playing water polo. So before COVID, we were practicing 2, 3, 4 times a week. Traveling all over the States, went to Austin, California, Las Vegas for different tournaments. What I also do, I try to stay shape by myself, just for individual practices. But I also try to coach at opportunity to coach at NYU, but then I got busy with my job. But again, try to stay as busy as possible with water polo.
Now, have there ever been thoughts of you playing for the national team for Italy?
When I was a little younger, yes. When you move to America, you move away and they start kind of looking at you. That's why my brother, actually, who attended UCLA, went back immediately to Italy because he was trying to jump on that train, but I chose a different path. I decided to, jump in the workforce first, and I got a good opportunity at my current position, so I couldn't refuse that.
Okay. Now, talking about your experience attending Whittier College, how was it being a student athlete? And, why did you ultimately choose Whittier College?
Well, Lance, as you well know, you're around a lot of student athletes. It's not an easy life, right? You're busy with practices. You want to do well in classrooms. You want to have a social life. So it's definitely a balance and a skill that you need to acquire through your time there. But I loved it. I love every moment of it, especially the brotherhood with your teammates. You spend so much time together during practice, outside the pool. You study together. You really get to know each other. You're away from your families. So it's definitely something that I miss about Whittier. It's being a small school that really the sense of community. Personally, why I choose Whittier, I always been interested in business, and I knew I want to play water polo in college. And Whittier was the perfect combination of the two: a great program, nationally ranked program, and a great business school. I couldn't be thankful enough that I attended Whittier. I had great mentors, Fatos Radoniki, finance professor. I couldn't thank him enough. So again, that combination of business and the athletic program was perfect combo for me.
And you were recruited by Justin Pudwill, who no longer is coaching at Whittier College, has moved to Texas. But what did you like about his training and coaching? And are you still in touch with Justin?
I was for a few years after I left Whittier. We kind of lost touch now. I know he got a new life in Texas. I wish him the best. Such a great guy. But yeah, what I liked the most, obviously, Justin was a really well prepared coach, tactically and technically. But it was his leadership, right? He understood that not every player, every individual within the team is the same. Even though you're a large group of people, especially when you're such a kind of prestigious program, you have a large team, but he was able to coach people individually and understand that everyone's different and needs different motivational speeches or leadership skills in order to stay motivated. And he was able to do that. He definitely coached individually within the team.
Mm-hmm. Now, over your 3 years, the teams that you played on combined for an impressive 61-37 overall record. You were an impressive 24-3 in conference play, which included a stellar 2014 season where the team finished 23-13, a perfect 11-0 in conference play en route to the SCIAC Championship title, and the program's second selection to the NCAA Division I National Championships. Over your final 2 years, the team finished as runner-ups in the SCIAC tournament in 2015, and then finished in second place in the final SCIAC standings in 2016. What was it about this program and the team that kept you competitive and wanting more?
Well, once you win, you taste how sweet winning, actually is. You want it more. So you don't get contempt after starting winning. But again, Justin made a great job on scheduling really motivating the games. We play against UCLA throughout the season, against USC. So definitely, knowing that you have those tough matchups, you want to stay on top of your game. And also, we wanted to win the conference every year. We got really close my second and third year after winning the first one, which was so sweet again. And that, that memory really drove us. And Justin and the rest of the team, leaders in the team, made a great job on reminding us how winning really feels like.
Yeah, now you won that SCIAC title when you were there. Take me through that experience and going through that whole year. Plus, also, how was it playing in the national championships?
Yeah, no, again, that's my sweetest memory, right? Winning the SCIAC conference and playing against USC to get it actually in the national, Final Four. It was just amazing. It was a tough year. Obviously, my first year. So for me personally, was just getting used to being in America from Italy, get used to the classes, get used to different trainings and long hours in the pool. But also it was kind of tough. It took us a little longer than expected to mesh together. We knew we had a lot of talent, but we have people from all over the globe, right? We have Goran, Filip, and Marco from Croatia. There's me from Italy. We have people from Canada, people from Russia. So again, getting to know each other and really get together as a unit throughout the season took a little longer than expected, but we had so much talent that we ended up dominating when we finally clicked. And that, again, it probably thanks to Justin Pudwill, the coach, and the leaders in the team. And it was an amazing year. Again, undefeated in the conference. We won the final by 5 or 6 goals. I can't really remember. So it was not even close. We had so much talent that year.
Now, you collected accolades over your 3 years. You were named to the ACWPC All-Academic Team 3 times. You were a first-team ACWPC All-American 3 times, a first-team All-SCIAC Performer 3 times, and you were selected as a SCIAC Newcomer of the Year in 2014. Do you ever look back at what you achieved during your time at Whittier College?
I do. The individual accolades are nice, but not really, what you aiming for when you actually play the sport, right? You're trying to win the conference, trying to win the ring. And again, it's something that is nice to have, but really when I look back, I look at what we could have achieved more. We got so close my second, third year to win the conference again. And again, for whatever reason, our minds works in a weird way where we remember the games that we failed or the games we could have done more rather than the speed moments. So again, for me, when I look back, it's always a little regret for those couple of years we got so close to winning the conference again.
Mm-hmm. Now, you've proven to be one of the top water polo players in program history with the likes of CJ Carty, Sergio Macias, Mitch McCarty, Goran Matijic, and most recently, Dominic Navarez. Do you feel that you progressed and got stronger during your tenure at Whittier College?
Yeah, no, absolutely. And I think that is also reflected in my stats, right? Throughout the 3 years, for whatever they're worth, but individually I grew. I got used to playing in America, to being ref by American coaches, to the different style of play, and definitely, the training. We had amazing staff in the weight room, people taking care of us in our bodies. So again, definitely, I couldn't thank enough all the stuff at Whittier. I grew and I felt like I definitely improved as a player throughout my staying.
Now, at Whittier College, you were heavily involved and you were successful in the classroom. Take me through what you were involved in at school, and then also how were you able to balance everything?
Yeah, no, absolutely. I did my best to stay involved in the community. I started tutoring my second, third year for classes. I tried to volunteer here and there as well. I wasn't part of a society or anything like that. Definitely didn't have the time. But again, the time management skills is something that a student athlete really needs to get down as soon as possible. Because you want to do well both in the classroom and in your particular sport, and that requires time and energy. So that's something that you get, every student athlete should develop fairly quickly.
Now, any words of advice for those athletes still attending Whittier College or future recruits who are looking to become poets?
Yeah, no, absolutely. Again, I can't reiterate this enough. Being able to give your best effort in pool as well as in the classroom is so important. It's sometimes, it's hard. It's easy to overlook your work in the classroom when you're an athlete, or the other way around, right? You have to focus on classroom and you overlook your duties as an athlete. So balancing those duties is the toughest part. It takes time. Don't feel discouraged. No one is born with that skill. So if sometimes you feel overwhelmed and feel like you can't do it, or it is too much, just take a step back, breathe, talk to your coach, your professors. They're more than understanding. But again, try to understand what you're doing is really valuable. Employers out there, which is the ultimate goal, right? Landing a nice job or having a lifelong skill, really value the skills you develop as a student athlete. And it's something to be useful for the rest of your life. The time management skills, that commitment to excellence, being great, both in the classroom and in sports, it's something that you'll keep yourself for the rest of your lives. And for people looking at Whittier, I'll say look nowhere else. There's no other place. Such a great school, great programs, sense of community. And again, I had such a wonderful time in my 3 years.
Okay, well, Masi, those are all the questions I have for you today. I really appreciate you hopping on during our Alumni Feature Friday segment. Make sure you continue staying safe out there in New York, and hopefully we'll be able to see you in person here soon and whenever you come back out here to California.
Hopefully. Thank you for having me again, Lance. I'm really excited to hear from you. And hopefully I'll be able to get out there and see everyone soon.